Norway, it has led to murder and prison sentences. MTV set out to investigate.
Notodden is a small industrial town a couple of hours' drive from Oslo. Just over 12,000 people live in the county. There is a main street, a factory, a few churches. It is a quiet community. It is the home of Vegard to Pagan.
I reason from Emperor, and I believe in wisdom, strength and power through a satanic point of view.
18-year-old Vegard, also known as Isham, is the singer and guitarist of the Norwegian black metal band Emperor, and he dares speaking the unspeakable. He describes himself as a Satanist.
Satanism is nothing for a weak person, because it's all built on strength and wisdom and power. All the power to control your surroundings to your own benefit. Basically, Satanism is just a more developed philosophy about the survival of the fittest.
The devil as we know him is very much a Christian construction, and Satanists, I mean, they'll hate the idea, but essentially they're a kind of Christian construction because it's Christianity that's made the devil, basically. It's Christianity that set up the devil.
Vegard got into Satanism 5 years ago through his involvement with black metal, the music relying heavily on the occult and its dark symbolism.
I'm fascinated by death. Death is something humans fear. Death is fascinating because it's so much emotions around it, so much energies around it.
Christianity is all about kind of light and God bringing light and sort of, you know, kind of cleanliness and goodliness. So Satanists go and worship in the dark at night. It's a whole sort of reverse culture, really. Throughout European history in the Middle Ages and beyond, the devil was very much a kind of symbol of rebellion. I think it's almost inevitable now when people want to rebel against the kind of codes of society in whatever form, the devil becomes an attractive figure, or some of those satanic ideas become attractive ideas.
In search for inspiration, Vegard often retreats to the solitude of an isolated log cabin deep in the woods, belonging to his family.
It's kind of meditation, because you open your mind to all the impulses you get from your surroundings, the sound from the waterfalls and the winds, the rains, the symbolic world around Satanism. It is dark. The wastelands, the emptiness, the silence. It is the dark forces. And also in this kind of old Norwegian woods, you could also kind of feel the pagan past. We don't want Christianity in Norway because it's a pagan country. We want the pagan spirit to live on in these northern wastelands.
If you look at what constitutes what is said to constitute satanic worship in different areas around the world, you can pick up various kind of symbols that people use from pagan religions, inverted Christian symbols, folklorish stories, bits of literature, bits of popular legend. They're all mixed in there together, so each individual's satanic beliefs become a bit of a kind of personal pick and mix.
This particular brand of Norwegian Satanism took an even more sinister turn back in 1992, when a series of arson attacks left 6 churches burnt to the ground. Varg Vikernes, also known as Count Grishnak, frontman for the black metal band Burzum, was then arrested in connection with the arsons and later released for lack of evidence. In August of the same year, Bard Eithen, the drummer for Vegard's band Emperor, killed a gay man in his hometown of Lillehammer. In 1993, attacks against churches carried on throughout Norway, and on the 10th of August, Count Grishnak made the national headlines again when he stabbed to death the leader of Mayhem, an opposing black metal band. To this day, a total of 13 people have already been prosecuted for arson, and this year alone, 14 Norwegian churches were targets of attacks.
Og jeg tror og mener at det ikke det at man kaller seg satanister går nok ikke så veldig dypt i de aller fleste av disse ungdommene. Det nok slik at man kanskje med i en bølge som har blitt skapt for et par år siden.
Although Vegard claims not to be linked to any arson and has not been charged or prosecuted for any church burning offences, he clearly finds a symbolic value in these attacks.
It's anti-Christian and also kind of anti-human. It's a very strong expression, and there's lots of strong energy around it.
Hvis vi tenker menigheten som samles her, så det en kraftig reaksjon der, men han ganske klar over at det som menigheten sto for, altså den kristne tro, den jo ikke knust, den jo ikke knekket, snarere kanskje tvert imot.
It's clear that Vegard's close circle of friends have taken their beliefs one step too far. Still, while rejecting direct action and violence, Vegard remains defiant and shares the extreme philosophies of his criminal colleagues.
Human life in general is of no value. How can you have respect for something that is so weak? How far could I go? Would I kill for my beliefs? Well, it depends on the situation.
Sognepresten her, min kollega, sa vel like etter kirkebrannen at de menneskene som eventuelt har gjort dette her, de ødelegger veldig mye for seg selv og deres egen fremtid. Kirken kan bygges opp, og menigheten kan komme styrket ut, men han hadde vel mest tanke på de som da hadde gjort dette, og som hadde ødelagt veldig mye for sin egen fremtid.